speaking here to Janet, who is the principal at Moreton Bay College, and she was just telling me that she has been with us at Collective Shout since the start for 10 years. How good is that? Why did you sign up? What persuaded you to get involved?
Well, probably about 10 years ago when I was at a Positive Schools conference, I heard your address there, and look, I was just blown away by this sort of quite shocking imagery and probably my naivety around it, that I was looking at it myself and I wasn't really deconstructing it and appreciating what the messages it was telling me. And you also said in that session that, you know, probably every boy over 10 at this point would have seen pornography, and as the mother of 2 boys, and one at that time was 13 and one was 10, I sat there very sort of, you know, that can't be, couldn't possibly have happened. And so I went home that night and I spoke to my boys at the dinner table, and both told me stories of having seen pornography, not in our house, but one with a friend and another at school, and I was just appalled. And so that night, you know, got online and signed up for Collective Shout, and have tracked since and sort of kept, you know, the sort of messaging that you send out frequently through our emails. I've kept up to date with that. And
wonderful.
Yeah, so.
And as the head of a girls' school, what have you noticed in the last few years? What trends have you noticed, and do you think this problem is getting worse?
Look, I think the trend that I've noticed is that increasing anxiety among young women, and I do think that social media plays a huge part in that. You know, I've journeyed from being an English teacher to being a head of house, to being deputy head of secondary students, and then to principal. And so pastoral care has been sort of part of what I've been, you know, sort of engaged with through all of those roles. And you know, the number of girls now that we're dealing with who don't seem to have strong self-esteem, don't have a sense of their own self-worth and their value in society, it breaks my heart. But I do think that proliferation of social media has had a huge impact on that, because they never walk away from a problem. It's always with them. And you know, if there's sort of, you know, a breakdown in a relationship, be it with a friend or be it with a boy, there's that constant barrage of criticism and harassment that goes on from that, so they never escape it. So I do think, you know, we're really facing some challenging times.
And in a more positive note, if you could tell us in that gorgeous accent of yours, how can we get our girls, how can we empower our girls to act personally and to act collectively to make a change?
I think we've got to keep talking to them. We've got to encourage them to have a voice in all of this. If they don't believe that they have some power and that they have agency in this discussion, then, you know, we're doomed. But I actually think, you know, what I see here every day is something really positive. Every day girls say something, do something that amazes me and makes me believe that there is incredible hope in this world, because there are lots of young women who are articulate, who want to speak. They just have to be in an environment that enables that and facilitates it, and hopefully then what we'll see are, you know, very strong young women who feel empowered, who'll hopefully make the changes that we've been fighting for, but they might be part of the generation that actually realises some of the things that we're hoping for.
Well, thanks so much for creating that environment for your girls to flourish and to be all they can be, and to make a change in the world that so desperately needs it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for all you do.
Pleasure.